2 days ago, I was taking a test and it was really stressful, especially because, as autistic person, like you have to sit around many other people and my senses are so like sharp that I can hear everything. There was a guy behind me having like potato chips or something before the test and it was allowed. And so every like plastic wrapping, like, oh my God, I felt like it was cutting my brain in half. Anyway, so the tests are really stressful for me because, you have to focus. Then you will be judged. And depending on people judging you, the result will change, right? So I was really stressed and I found 4 things that helped me. Number 1 was when you are preparing for the test, try to stress yourself. Because in my opinion, in my experience, when you are stressed, it changes how you think. And so when you're relaxed at home, you're like, oh, I am preparing for the test, it's okay. Then you go into the test and you're like, oh my God, stress. It's very, very different. So you have to stress yourself out a little when you prepare for the test. Then you will be kind of ready for that experience, for that state of mind when you're actually doing the test. Then number 2 is you have to breathe. So in my case, when I'm stressed, what helps me is take a deep breath and hold in the air. So not just like, that is hyperventilation, doesn't work. You have to be like, breathe in, hold, slowly breathe out. That really helps. Then number 2 is moving your body. In my case, I do pull-ups, and I did pull-ups before going into the test. Then I remember one test in my university, I was basically doing squats, and it really helped. Like I was really in so much stress, like my heart was pounding, I was sweating, my mouth was dry, and I was doing squats, and it really helps because your muscles help burn adrenaline, and adrenaline is what makes you feel weird in your body when you stress. And so in my case, I always found that whenever I move my body before the test, I feel much calmer. I can control my thoughts and my body much better. And then my last point would be food. And so I felt that I was as bad as that guy with potato chips because I had a candy bar. So I had a good lunch with no high sugar so that I don't crash, right? So I had good lunch. And then right before the test, when it was still allowed, I had a candy bar. And so this gave me energy so that I could like function well and process things in my brain. And that test was like 2 hours, 2.5 maybe. So it was quite long, and I had to have supply of energy to my brain, and so that worked really well. Like eating before the test, the wrapper was annoying to myself, and I was so guilty for doing it to other people, but I was doing it very fast, and I tried to do it very quietly. So yeah, that was minimal. But anyway, it worked. And I think I did pretty well. I don't know the results yet. But what about you? What are your tips for doing tests and for stress? Okay, especially if you have autism and ADHD. Please let me know.